overall. But let's get into how you started mentoring. When the Lord told you to go mentor someone, how were you feeling?
Oh my goodness, that's such a great story. And Lydia, this is for you. And she just had another baby too. So it was crazy because fairly new Christian, it'll be 17 years this month.
Happy birthday.
So thank you. But in I think it was around 2010, 2011, I'm trying to remember, but the Lord just put this young lady on my heart. And at the time she was in high school, and I went up to her and asked her if she would like to go. And it was very uncomfortable, y'all, because I felt I kept praying for her, and I don't really even knew her. I didn't even really know her. She was just in my church, and I just asked if she would want to go have dinner with me. It was very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Most especially, and I love this part because Lydia is like very, she's kind of like you actually. It's pretty cool. She was up front. She was like, "So can I ask you a question?" I said, "Sure." She's like, "Why'd you ask me for dinner? Like, why?" And I was taken aback because I wasn't prepared, and I felt insecure. I felt I didn't feel like I had anything to offer. I felt very scared and nervous and all of these things. And then when she asked that, I kind of laughed and I said, I don't really know other than that God put you in my heart, and I was praying and I just wanted to see. And I thought, well, maybe do you want to do a Bible study together? I had never even done that, y'all. So I just didn't know. It really felt awkward. It's like one of those, will you be my friend moment? So it was, but it turned out so beautiful. I was even in her wedding.
Really?
I was in her wedding. I was a bride. I'm not bridesmaid. Would that be bridesmatron?
That's a technical term.
Yeah, I even dyed my hair for it and everything. She didn't tell me I had to, but I mean, that was a big deal. And now she's got another baby, and it's just. But yes, it was very, very, very scary. So those of you out there that are thinking about being mentors, and you're thinking, not me, and it is a step of faith, because you're afraid. I was afraid of rejection too, honestly.
Rejection is real, and I think
we call it what?
Redirection.
We call it redirection.
Or I coined a new term this week with my mom.
Yes.
I was like, it's not rejection, it's confirmation. I'm already where I need to be.
Ah, yeah.
Unless the Lord's telling you something else.
Yes,
but
that's true. Be still.
Yes. So, first time mentoring, you were in your 30s?
Yeah, because, I guess, yes, I was in my 30s, because I was 33 when I came to Christ. So, yes, I was mid-30s.
You were in your mid-30s?
Yes.
And this young lady was a teenager?
Yes.
And you were terrified because you didn't want to be rejected, and you didn't want, well, maybe you weren't terrified, but you were concerned about rejection, and you didn't know if you had anything to offer.
Correct.
And so that's something that we want to hold on for, to encourage everybody out there that's like, I am feeling the pull that the Lord's telling me to mentor somebody, but I don't have anything to offer. Like,
I'm not spiritually
I'm not spiritually
strong.
mature. Yes. So it's real. Those feelings are valid, but the Lord's telling you to do it. So you just got to step out and do it. And you learn by doing it.
Yes.
Anyway.
I love it now. I love it.
So what was it when somebody started to mentor you?
Well, oh my goodness, mine was Miss Anna, and I'm not going to cry, but it was around the time where I feel like God was finally saying, you're not going to get away, because he took away every excuse as to why I wasn't going to fully surrender to him, because I said, well, I don't have anyone to show me, because I wasn't raised in a Christian, environment. I wasn't raised to know you, Lord. And so I had that insecurity. This is just before becoming a Christian and giving my life to Christ. And a woman, Anna, she was the one that came alongside me, and she held me a high standard. I mean, it was a bit like our relationship. So it's like she held me to a high standard, and there was some tension, but good tension. And she still is my spiritual mama. Like, I still call her, and she still prays for me. So it was an amazing, amazing experience to have someone that took interest in me, and just encouraged me into the Lord.
Did you ask Miss Anna to be your mentor, or did she just?
No, that one was actually natural. But I did have, when I moved here, I did have awkward moments where I did ask people and there was rejection. Do you want me to tell? Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I won't give specifics, but when I came here, of course, I was kind of reminds me of that one book of Are You My Mother? From Dr. Seuss, just trying to go and are you my mentor? Are you my mentor? Just trying to find. And a couple of times they didn't want. And one of the persons said that she felt that I had everything all together already as a young mom and what I was doing. And I was like, I remember crying about it, and the Lord was showing me in Colossians, He holds all things together. Christ does. I don't have it all together. And it made it look like that, but I didn't. And I was trying not to make it look like that either. I really, truly wanted help. And so that rejection was really upsetting and sad, and it made me feel like I didn't want to try to ask anyone else again. But the church that I go to now, Faith Family Fellowship, they had a program, Mothers of Preschoolers, and those women, and I'm definitely not going to I'm not going to cry, but those women, even women that were younger than me, mentored me. Like there's Daisy McVeigh was a huge mentor and still is to me, because I didn't know how to be a mom. And so that was the season that I was in. And so God had given me other women that were walking the walk, and we were being able to. They even had a whole mentor mom program. And so that's when I started to discover what it was like to be mentored, which was good because that happened before I ended up mentoring for myself, someone else.
So you asked for mentors and you were rejected.
I did.
Can you give a rough number of how many times that happened?
Twice that I know of.
Yeah.
Love keeps no records of wrong. So I've been trying to pray all this, but I love them and I have compassion because where I'm at now, I'll just say the season that I'm at now with my kids, being 20 and 18, I can see how the enemy can do that because there are some ways that I would have liked to have raised my children, and maybe I see younger moms doing that, and the enemy tries to still kill and destroy and create that insecurity so you won't come alongside them, and that's never okay.
And it may have just not been a good season for them either.
Yes.
So either way, the Lord, it used it. All things work together for the good of those who love Him.
Okay.
Yeah. All things work for good for those who love the Lord and are called according to His purpose.
Yes.
I want to talk about mentorship from a parent's perspective because this is important.
Yes.
Which is, I'm not a parent, but I would assume you have another woman in your child's life or in your daughter's life. And that teenage daughter is going to that woman, getting coffee with that woman. And you're like, okay, what is she talking about? Is she talking about me? Is she talking about the family dynamic? That could put a seed of insecurity in a mother. So what would be your encouragement for the moms, or what would you have to say about that situation?
So it was like what I was saying earlier, the more trusted adults in your child's life, the better it is. But that is a true thing. I mean, you do need to know who's speaking into your child's life. But there's lots of mentors right now speaking into your child's life.
On social media.
And
you don't even know their names.
You don't even know their names. So, but I will say for my part, because when I started to mentor Lydia and walk with her, I actually talked to her mom because I was working through insecurities myself that I couldn't believe that she was allowing me this much time with her daughter. And I thought it was so special and sacred that she was sharing her daughter with me. That's kind of how I saw it. And she told me, she was one of the first ones that told me, and she's an older woman. She's actually a mentor for me now. She actually is the one that told me how wonderful it was to have someone speak into her daughter's life. And that, of course, was before I had teenagers and young adults to know how important it is. And so I would say to it is important to know who is speaking into your daughter's life so you won't have that undermined. That's why for us, it's a biblical perspective, because if you have the biblical worldview and perspective, you know that level setting is right there. And then as mentors, of course, when we train our mentors, it's like, you will not undermine the parents. Mm-hmm. You know, we can't, because there's an authority that's there. And so I hope I answered that question as far as how does it feel like as a parent. And I've also, even with our son, he's had mentors, which have been it's just so important. And it's actually generous to share your child. And it bears a lot of fruit.
It does. And I can speak to that from being the child that was mentored. We have an interesting story, and I shared this at A Night to Sew.